When people lose wars in Stellaris, they usually blame fleet power. But fleet power is just a number. What actually wins wars is composition, understanding what your ships are supposed to do at each stage of the game. So let's break this down properly, from early game to late game. Early game, corvettes, frigates, destroyers. In the early game, your fleet is simple. You don't have battleships. You don't have complex artillery platforms. What you have are small hulls, limited technology, and tight alloy income. That means clarity matters more than creativity. Corvettes are the backbone. Early fleets should be majority corvettes. Roughly 50 to 60% of your fleet capacity. Corvettes are not artillery ships. They are brawlers. They close distance quickly. Rely on evasion for survival. Apply consistent short-range pressure. Use afterburners. Use short-range, high-tracking weapons. Let them swarm. Their job is to engage first and force inefficient enemy targeting. Destroyers are the screen. Around 20 to 30% of your fleet. Destroyers exist for structure. They provide point defense against missiles. Add mid-range firepower. Protect your more fragile ships. If your enemy uses missiles or torpedoes, destroyers are not optional. If they don't, you can run slightly fewer. Do not overbuild them. Too many destroyers slows your fleet and reduces evasion efficiency. Frigates are the specialist. Roughly 20%. Frigates are not general-purpose ships. They are tools. They deliver torpedo burst damage. Excel against star bases. Punish larger ships, but they are fragile. Keep them protected behind your corvette screen. Use them deliberately. Early game principle. In early wars, numbers matter. Reinforcement speed matters. Simplicity wins. Do not over-engineer. Corvettes brawl. Destroyers protect. Frigates strike. That is enough. Your mid-game transition, cruisers change the game. When cruisers unlock, fleet structure becomes more layered. You now have ships that can anchor your line. At this stage, you should have about 40 to 50% cruisers, 20 to 25% destroyers, 15 to 20% carriers or strike craft variants, remaining capacity corvettes. Cruisers become your primary damage dealers. Corvettes shift into screening and flanking roles. Destroyers remain situational, depending on missile threats. And this is where adaptation starts to matter more. Scan enemy ships. Adjust weapon loadouts. Don't fight armor stacks with anti-shield builds. Late game swap to battleships and range control. Late game combat revolve around range. Battleships dominate because they can fire first. At this stage, your fleet should be layered. Core composition example. 45 to 55% artillery battleships. 20 to 25% carrier battleships. 10 to 20% screening ships, corvettes, or destroyers. Optional 5 to 10% torpedo corvettes. Artillery battleships apply devastating long-range damage. Carrier ships provide sustained pressure and force enemy fleets to close distance. Screens protect against torpedoes and missile alpha strikes. You will often reduce destroyer numbers late game. Why? Because battleships and carriers provide more efficient fleet cap value. Corvettes may return as torpedo boats, fast, high-risk ships designed to overwhelm large hulls. But you don't spam everything. Late-game fleets are about range advantage, focused alpha strike, countering specific threats. The most important rule at every stage is never build fleets on autopilot. Before major wars, inspect enemy ships. Look at shield-to-armor ratios. Check for missiles. Check for strike craft. Then refit accordingly. Fleet composition in Stellaris rewards adaptation more than raw numbers. Early game is about simplicity and reinforcement. Mid-game is about structure and defined roles. Late game is about range control and specialization. Build fleets with intent. Don't just increase fleet power. Design for the war you are about to fight, not the one you fought 20 years ago. That discipline is what separates stable empires from collapsing ones.